Hey everyone, welcome to a fresh month. We're ready for another energy report, so here we go. Every month, I channel information just for business owners like you, and then I summarize it into the top 5 main themes, and that is what we are going to do today in our September 2023 energy report. We're talking about an energy report that is exclusive to entrepreneurs. So if you're looking for a relationship reading, I'm going to encourage you to go check over on YouTube, do a search for somebody that you really like, and if you need a suggestion, you can always drop me a comment. I have all kinds of suggestions, and I will point you in the right direction for people that I really respect as a fellow channeler and reader. When it comes to our businesses, there has been a super strong theme since the spring about peopling and re-engaging with the world. It's about taking action. You're going to see how that theme really shows up this month in the top themes. We're not just going to think about it. We're not just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how we're going to take action and do these things this month. But first, I'm going to encourage you to take your mouse below this video and smash that subscribe button. Click the thumbs up like button so that I know that you enjoy getting this kind of content and I can keep bringing more of it to you. Your feedback really helps me produce more of what it is that you want to see around here. And my invitation for you this month is to share this video with that friend, you know who they are, who really needs this content along with you so that the two of you can digest it together and talk about it. When I was channeling the energy for the September energy update, this was a really big topic that came up through my guides. And I don't know who it belongs to, but I know it belongs to someone that you are meant to share this with your friend. And if you're watching this, you instantly know who that person is. So go ahead and do what we call sharing is caring. For everybody, if you really love this kind of content here on my YouTube channel, I highly encourage you to go into the show notes and click the link that's in there to subscribe to my weekly email updates. Every week I send a newsletter on Saturdays. It's totally free. You get a free reading also exclusively for your business every single week. So these videos here on YouTube are really about the larger energetic themes, but every week we dial into our businesses. And then I have a lovely group of subscribers who've leveled up to becoming VIPs. And for $9 a month, when you do that too, you then also get extended readings in your inbox every Sunday. It helps you start your week on a really strong footing and you've tapped into the energetics of your business before Monday hits. So no more Sunday scaries. All right, let's get into the themes. The first theme is around a sluggishness. There is a sluggishness that's happening, and there are a lot of people who are picking up on the sluggishness because we have a lot of empaths walking around this world. But you really have to ask yourself, does this really belong to me? If you're just sort of picking up other people's energy, this would be a great month to do some energy clearings for yourself, and just remember that you're allowed to maintain your own energy. You don't have to be like everybody else if you are not also feeling sluggish. But for those of you who are feeling sluggish, where you're having a hard time just sort of getting going, making a decision, doing anything that has a lot of impact. You know this in your quiet, private moments. You know you've been feeling this. And if that describes you, then I really want you to pay attention to this first theme. The thing you want to do is really give yourself lots of time and space this month to be with your inner self, whether it's a journaling practice or you go for long walks or you have a meditation practice, or you go to yoga, or you do something. It could even be something that's pretty energetic, like you take dance classes or something. But whatever it is that helps you be with yourself is what you want to do, but not distracted. So we're not talking about also watching movies and TV shows. We're not talking about also reading novels or nonfiction books or periodicals or anything like that. It's time for you to really be with yourself. I find personally that when I am walking and moving my body, I tend to get better meditations out of that, and I can hear my higher self give me the guidance that I really need to hear. But mostly you just need to give yourself time and space so that you can ask yourself this critical question if you have been feeling particularly sluggish. And that question is this a therapy thing, or is this like a business coaching service provider thing? I'm seeing a lot of people get the two things mixed up. I'm seeing people go to therapy when they really just need to hire the provider and they're ready for it and they just need to do it. But the habit is to go to therapy. And then I'm seeing the opposite, where people are going and they're hiring people to do things for them. But what they really need is they need to find a good therapist where they can work out the emotional kinks that are stopping them from taking really quality action. But the overall symptom for everything with everybody is like an attitude of sluggishness. And it's this hesitation. It's not like the minor hesitations. It's like a prolonged hesitation. So if you notice that's showing up for you, then that theme is for you. The second theme is putting your thoughts into audible words. So here's your action. People cannot hear what you're thinking. No matter how much you think you're showing it, they can't hear it. Your action this month is to practice finding the words and using the words. You are not going to figure this out on the first pass. If you think you have, that's your ego driving the car. We want to say, thanks, ego, for looking after me, but I'm going to put you in the back seat, take back the driver keys and the steering wheel, and sit yourself in the driver's seat and practice with your words again. All the guides, when I was channeling this particular theme, which I honestly did not expect to come up, but when it came through, they were adamant that this theme is so much about practice, practice, practice. We are in a wonderful period right now where there's a ton of retrogrades going on. And yeah, it can kind of throw off the energy a lot and people are feeling a lot of emotions. But at the same time, it gives us this great runway and practice ground for things that we honestly need a training ground and time to be in, like the dojo, practicing what it is that we are developing a really expert skill around doing, and that is utilizing our words. So if you've been having these like bursts of really great things happening up in your brain space, but you haven't translated it out, it's time to practice. It's time to work on finding the words. This month is going to support you very much in practicing that. And all it is just a little bit every single day. Theme number 3 is kind of a gut punch. It means that watching is not the same thing as actually participating. So here's where you want to catch yourself this month. If you have been craving in your heart space the desire to reap the rewards that you see other people doing, it means you got to get on the inside track. You got to get in the ring. So remember theme number 1, where we're giving ourselves a lot of space. We're giving ourselves time to connect with our higher selves. That space and grace for yourself also gives you a chance to energetically look up and around and notice where you are in relation to everything else and everyone else in the world. So energetically speaking, are you sitting in the cheap seats? Or are you making your way actively to get down into the inside track, into the ring, to get into where the action is actually happening? And if you do find yourself that you're not actually inside the action, you realize, wow, I'm outside the action, then your goal this month is to figure out, okay, well, what is one small action I can take to help myself get up out of the seat and start making my way down? The visual that I keep seeing for this month is kind of like a stadium seating, kind of like a big show, like at Madison Square Garden or something. And you've got seats that are really high up. And in order to get down to the stage area or to the arena area, you have to get up out of your, like you have to stand up out of your seat. That's the first action. And then you have to go to the aisle, and then you have to make your way down the aisle. And you're probably going to have to go down one level and then another level and another level if you're really far back. So figure out, where are you really inside of that big arena, and your energy will catch up very quickly with you. The 4th theme is pretty cool because it really supports all of the other themes that have already been kind of building up on top of it first. And the 4th theme is honestly to focus on yourself until the collective energy settles. So there's been kind of like this burst of energy that has happened since the spring. It's like peopling, getting back out there, this sort of nudge, sort of like the energy is almost like the mama bird pushing the baby birds out of the nest, like time to fly, let's go. And so now the flying has begun. We're practicing the flying, and now it's time to really focus on yourself. Everyone else is like, I gotta learn how to fly. And you can't be so focused on everything that they're doing, otherwise you're not gonna learn the skill yourself. This month, the caution is to beware of living in a glass house. So there's that famous proverb that says, don't throw stones when you yourself live in a glass house. So we have a ton of planets in retrograde right now. Things are moving around. The energy is unsettled. That's fine. That's life. That's normal. And so what we want to do is utilize all of that retrograde energy to our benefit. The benefit is that it can help you do a lot of self-reflection. And that has already shown up in the previous 3 themes, which is something I really want to point out to you this month for your energy report. When you are spending time in this 4th theme of focusing on yourself while the collective energy is still going through its thing, and you're waiting for it to settle down so you can make some more meaningful headway that feels a little bit more steady. It has a little bit of a longer trajectory. It doesn't feel so temporary. While you're focusing on yourself, it gives you a chance to do that self-reflection. Remember what we just talked about, making your way down through all that stadium seating. What is the one small action that you can do this month? It does not have to be huge. If you visualize yourself in the top, balcony, the cheap seats of Madison Square Garden, and you're up there and you've been seated for a very long time, the one small action you can do this month is to stand up and just stop sitting. That is a massive action. All the big stuff starts with that first initiating action. And I really feel like that's what we're doing this month. It's helping us get out of our inertia. It's helping us break old patterns, and it's helping us move forward into a healthier existence, which leads us into the 5th theme, which is that health issues are still showing up really strongly. So when we're talking about entrepreneurship, if we're not healthy, physically healthy, business can really come to a standstill. It can slow it down. It can grind it to a complete halt. It can even create problems where you cannot finish doing the things that matter, and then you don't get a chance to finish that flow state and put the offer out into the world or show up for your clients in the way that you want to show up. It is a very thing, and this health issue has been coming up since really the end of winter. And you could say that health is something that we have to look after all the time, but really it's showing up this month in a particularly specific, pivotal way. Once again, this is all about taking action. Surprise. So when we think about the theme that we just talked about, that 4th theme of what's the one thing you can do? Maybe it's just standing up out of that proverbial chair. This month, we want to think about it in terms of health as well. I really feel like the action that we're taking that gets us into the ring of action or onto the floor to actually be in the game and play, it is less about doing something specifically for your business and a lot more about what are you going to do that's more health related so that you have more staying power, you have more longevity, you have more sustainability. And we're not talking here about mastering the art of running marathons or becoming like the CrossFit champion of the world. We're not doing any of that bro dude shit. What we're talking about is what is something that you need to address in your health. Do you need to make the doctor's appointment that you're supposed to make? Do you need to change the way you're eating? Just the one small thing, like you're adding one more vegetable into your day so that you're getting more green things into your body. It could be hydrating, like one more glass of water per day instead of only coffee or tea. I would totally be guilty of that myself. There's so many small things that can be done. It could be, putting your Apple Watch back on your wrist so that you're tracking your steps and you're getting some of that biofeedback. But what is the thing that you can do? These feel like very low-key things that don't feel like they're big interruptions to your life or to your day, but they have really big impacts down the line, and they really are the start to that inertia starting to get out of that sluggishness that we're talking about in the first theme, so that by the time we get to October, there's actually an ability to make movement, because in September, if we're still seated and we're just not moving and everything's just ground down to a halt, in October, it's going to start to feel really rusted over. And it's not that you can't get moving, it's just going to take a lot more effort in order to do it. So the energies this month are like, please, 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 just take the one small action so that you don't feel rusted over and you don't feel like it's so much extra effort, or maybe you even need other people to help you. Come October, this is a chance for you to actually do the thing for yourself. And know and have that point of pride for yourself that as you move through the month into October, you're going to be ready for the next big thing coming down the pipe. The goal when we get to October and Mercury's not retrograde anymore and Venus isn't retrograde anymore and there's a whole bunch of new movement happening again, we're getting out of our inertia and we're getting into a flow state again. And it's a new flow state. It's not a flow state you've been in before. It's not the same way things were previously a year ago or a decade ago. And that's a really good thing because the energies around us have changed and the way we did things are not the same way we can do them moving forward. So September is really sort of this quiet setup month. It's not glamorous. It's what I like to call a systems month because systems usually are the things where you're like, that's not very sexy. Like, why should I have to clean up all these things in the back end in my operations? And then when you do, and it helps you make more money and it helps you get clients easier and retain your clients better, you're like, wow, that's like the sexiest thing ever. And these themes this month are very much like that. So those are your 5 themes. They're really actually quite quiet and simple this month, and I personally really appreciated it. I felt like there was a big burst of energy over the summer, and September is inviting us to have just a little bit of a quieter month. Again, I had that really big encouragement, and I don't know who it belongs to, but I suspect that you're watching the video right now, and that encouragement was to share this video with that friend that you know you want to share this with. Go ahead and send them the link so that the two of you can talk together. I would love it if you would come back and leave a comment and tell me if you did that. It would really help me know that you got what you needed out of this video. Before we finish today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and the thumbs up like button. Both of those actions help me know that you would like more of these energy reports and that this energy report really resonated with you. It tells me a lot about what you're going through so that I can continue to support you with more content throughout the month. And if you've stuck with me all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to encourage you, go down into the show notes right now, click the link to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter on Saturdays. I will send you a Tarot Akashic Records reading every week to your inbox, all about your business. And if you really love that, you can optionally upgrade into the VIP readings. They get sent every Sunday. They're extended readings for the week to help you tap into the weekly energies so that you can start your week feeling like you've really tapped into that intuitive part of yourself and that you're matching your intuitive data with your numbers data, and then you can make better decisions throughout the week. Have a wonderful month, everybody. Until I see you next time, remember to be sensible, be woo, and most of all, be you.